Look at them, they are as much colored as I am. It took me a while to do this video, because I tried to reason within myself as to what kind of foolishness would have made the Open Chat podcast crew indulge in such a vile discussion. No self-respect and no dignity to come and discuss something so sacred and private on social media, truly disgusting. I respect myself, and everybody else enough not to reveal the evil that some black people committed with animals and appeared in courts of law, were found guilty and punished for their unquenchable lust. But, let's not talk about that. In South Africa, coloreds refers to a specific multiracial ethnic group with a complex history. We are generally understood to be of mixed European, African, including Khoisan and Bantu, and sometimes Asian ancestry. The apartheid regime used the term colored to categorize people of mixed races. Let's break this down and consider the facts. But first, I thank and encourage all multinational families for producing more and more colored children in the world, by our thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands, and even millions. That being said, let's continue. Almost everybody in the world, according to the race naming standards of South Africa, are colored. We so-called colored people were placed in the middle between white and black South Africans as one group of people. The white government at the time grouped all other ethnicities like Zulu, Xhosa, Sotho, Venda, etc., into one group called blacks. The so-called blacks were so diverse in their ancestry that they could not be properly defined. This confusion is such a vast controversy that the then government had no choice but to squeeze them in under one umbrella, called blacks. Many so-called blacks have many different ethnicities in their ancestry. For instance, when a Zulu man has children with a Venda woman, their descendants would be of mixed races and therefore, neither Zulu nor Venda, and so it is for all the children of multinational ancestry. The so-called whites have the same problem as the white government also grouped all light-skinned people like Italian, Russian, British, Irish and so-called Afrikaners etc. into one group called whites. The so-called whites are also so diverse in their ancestry that they could not be properly defined either. Many so-called whites have many different ethnicities in their ancestry. For instance, when a Canadian man has children with a Chinese woman, their descendants would be of mixed races and therefore, neither Canadian nor Chinese, and so it is for all the children of multinational ancestry. Now, that being the case, if so-called coloreds are the end result of the sexual immorality of black and white, what kind of evil spirits possess these two groups that they unashamedly deny us, the so-called colored people, their so-called offspring? Most whites denied us in the apartheid era, and now we are being denied again in this black, so-called Rainbow Nation era. This government diligently seeks to deceive us coloreds into believing that our existence is solely the disgraceful result of the infidelity between some white and black ethnic groups, so that, by stealing our identity it was easier to steal our land. There is no way to circumvent that. The reality is that we so-called coloreds are from the Khoisan people, which refers to the collective term for the descendants of the San and Khoikhoi peoples, who are the oldest inhabitants, and therefore, the only rightful owners of this country. This is who we are. The treacherous white regime stubbornly refused to recognize us as the indigenous people of the land, and chose to put us in a category, coloreds, which they believed would absolve them from their responsibility to return our land to us, and the black government today does the same. They forced the term colored on us like they branded animals which they believed were theirs for the keeping. So evil and sexually degenerate were some of the so-called whites and blacks that they committed harlotry amongst themselves, and attempted to hide the evidence of their repulsive behavior, which are their offspring, amongst what they today call colored communities. Nonetheless, it is believed that blacks are the majority, whites are the minority, and colored somewhere in between, in South Africa. However, those statistics are wrong. So-called coloreds are an overwhelming majority, not only in South Africa, but in every country in the world. If coloreds are categorized as people of mixed races, then it is obvious that most of the citizens of the world are of mixed races too, and therefore, coloreds, like it or not. Most light-skinned people all over the world spend trillions on cosmetics, sunbathing to tint their skin darker, and cosmetic procedures, and most dark-skinned people spend trillions by buying skin-lightening products and fake hair in an effort to look less black. Colored people, however, already have it all. That's why most people of all the ethnicities of the world are trying to be like us. Most colored people are beautiful and friendly. In fact, considering what I have already pointed out about multiracial families, it is an unquestionable reality that we coloreds are the fastest growing nation all over the world, and as much as some people will hate this statement, no sensible person can deny it. If anyone in your family married a person from a different nationality, even if both were considered to be white, or black, or whatever else, then my dear friend, you are a colored and there is absolutely nothing you can do to change it. Get over it. Again, I am so happy to announce that there are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, or even millions of multiracial couples producing beautiful colored babies as we speak, and no one can do anything to prevent it. Many of our South African black leaders married Indian, colored, and white partners, which make me wonder, are they really proudly black, or are they as confused as their undefinable ancestry? I'm just wondering. Another thing. Are their children not mixed races and therefore so-called colored? Nonetheless, though we be treated like trash, no one can deny the fact that we coloreds are truly a beautiful rainbow nation on our own. We've got Jesus, and no number of insults, hate, or demonic attacks can tear us from God's love. Our hope is in Jesus Christ, who went to acknowledge and obey God's divine will, where there will be no more diseases, no death, no more greed, no corruption, no more lying government officials or false prophets, and definitely no devils. In conclusion, I advise that the Guilty Open Chat podcast crew, and every other person who looked down on us so-called colored people, go check your family tree, and you will find that, as much as you may try to find reasons to deny it, in principle you are so-called coloreds too. So, who is laughing now?